You're welcome to your favorite program, Learn at Home. Today, in our Learn at Home program, I'm your basic science teacher, Aparanta Emmanuel. I shall be teaching JS2. We shall be looking at a special topic today that is tagged man as a mammal and as a primate. So we shall be looking at mammals and primates. We are going to be covering the following, that at the end of this lesson, each and every one of you there should be able to identify who is a mammal by their characteristics. That's characteristics of mammals. You should also be able to identify who are the primates by their characteristics, the organisms we refer to as the primates. And you shall also be able to differentiate mammal as a unique primate. What are those qualities that make mammal a unique primate? We shall take them one at a time. Remember, we said mammal, man as a mammal, and man as a primate. So we shall take them one at a time. First, we shall look at man as a mammal. Man as a mammal. What is a mammal? A mammal is an animal or an organism that gives birth to its young alive. That is a mammal. So man is an example of a mammal, one, because it has the ability to give birth to its young alive. A mammal is an organism that also breastfeeds their young one from a special mammary gland referred as the breasts. This breast contains the breast milk, which is used in breastfeeding the young ones. So a man is a mammal because it has this feature of giving or breastfeeding the young ones with the breast milk from the mammary gland. So a mammal, mammals are those group of animals that give birth to their young ones alive, and they also breastfeed their young ones. They are all vertebrates. They are all vertebrates, and they are warm-blooded. They are seen as mammals. Let us look at the characteristics feature of these organisms we refer to as mammals. Their characteristics features. Number one, they have furs on their body. When we say furs, we look at it in human or in man as hairs. But if you come to animals, they are referred to as furs. Those are the hairs. They might not be covering the whole part of the body, but they will be found in some parts of the body. So parts of the bodies are covered with furs. That is one of the characteristics of a mammal. Number two, they have mammary gland, and this mammary gland is found mainly in the female as well developed, and the essence of this mammary gland is to produce a milk that is used in feeding the young ones. That is the mammary gland. They have the mammary gland. They also maintain a constant body temperature. Their body temperature does not change with the change in environment. The environment is cold, they are having the same body temperature. The environment is hot, they are having the same body temperature. The body temperature of mammal, man per se, is 37 degrees centigrade, and it does not change with the change in the environment. That is why man is seen as a warm-blooded organism. Warm-blooded because the body temperature remains constant. That is it. They produce their young ones alive. They don't lay eggs like birds. They don't lay eggs like other reptiles and amphibians, but they give birth to their young ones alive, and that is why we refer to them as mammals. Yes, they have lower jaw that is hinged directly to the skull. Their lower jaw is hinged directly to the skull. If they open their mouth, they have the ability to open it, they have the ability to close it, which is a hinge that is formed as a joint connecting directly to the skull. It is different from amphibians. It is also different from reptiles, where you have the disjointed jaw. But in the case of mammals, their lower jaw is connected directly to their skull. These are the characteristics that you will see in an organism. By the time you identify these characteristics, you conclude that this organism is said to be a mammal. Look at it again. They have furs. in some part or all over their body, in some part of their body or all over their body. They also have a mammary gland, particularly in the female, as well developed. The essence of the mammary gland is to produce milk that is used in breastfeeding the young ones. They also have a constant body temperature. I told us that a man, the body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. Now, this 37 degrees centigrade is constant and it does not change with the environment. The weather condition might be cold, the weather condition might be hot, the body temperature remains constant. And because of that, they are referred to as warm-blooded organisms or warm-blooded animals. They are mainly vertebrate, we know. Yes, they produce their young ones alive. They produce their young ones alive. And finally, we say their jawbone is hinged directly to the skull. It's hinged directly to the skull. Let us look at this. Yes, examples of mammals. You can see, this is a deer. This is a deer. Give birth to the young ones alive. We have rabbits. We have cats. We have cow. We have donkeys. We have man. All these are examples of mammals. I take it again. We have cow, we have dogs, we have donkeys, we have cats, we have man. All these are examples of mammals. There are other ones like monkeys, name them. They are numerous. They are mammals. Just like I told us, one of the qualities is that they give birth directly to their young ones alive. Any organism that has the ability to give birth to their young ones alive and have the ability to breastfeed their young ones from the udder, the mammary gland, is known as a mammal. The next thing there is the primates. Remember, we say man as a mammal and man as a primate. So let us look at what is a primate. What is a primate? I'm sure you are imagining. Have you ever heard of the word primate before? Yes. Some religious bodies use that word primate, but we're not looking at it from the angle of religion as primates. We are looking at it from the angle of science and from the angle of man being a primate. What is a primate? A primate is a set of mammal with the following characteristics. Look at these characteristics. Number one, they have their set of eyes directly in front of their head. They have a set of eyes directly in front of their head. That is one of their characteristics. Number two, their fingers, they have a set of finger and a set of toes that is covered with claws known as nails. The set of fingers and toes is covered with claws and is known as nails. So their finger and their toe is covered with an exoskeleton which is termed as nail. So a primate is an organism that has such feature. And again, they stand upright. They can stand upright directly on their hind limbs and they will be able to move a great distance. That is a primate. And they also have a fingerprint, and these fingerprints enable them to be able to grasp, and climb in positions and climb to balance. That is the essence of the fingerprint. They will be able to use it to grasp and they will climb to a balance. And finally, they have an organized stage of growth. As mammals, they have organized stage of growth. And that is why we refer to them as primates. Listen again. I said number one, they have nails that is covering the fingers and the toes. We already know that they have fingers and they have toes. These fingers and toes contain an exoform of skeleton that is referred to as claws. And this claws is called nails, covering the finger and is covering the toe. That is number one. We said number two, they can stand upright and they will go a very long way on their hind limb. They can stand upright. They will not walk with both their forearms and their hind limbs together. No, they can stand upright and they will go a long way with their hind limbs. That is it. They also have eyes in front of their head. their eyes is located directly in front of their head, and they can grasp things using their hand and their legs. They can grasp things using their hand and their leg. They can climb with it. Also say that they have a specified fingerprint that enable them to grasp and climb to balance. They have a specified fingerprint. Finally, they have an organized stages of growth. That is what makes them what we refer to as primates. Let us look at classes of primates. The primates are classified into three major classes. We have the prosimians, we have the hominids, and we have the seminians. So we have the prosimians, we have the hominids, and we have the seminians. The prosimians are the class of monkeys. They are the class of monkeys, the apes. They are the prosimians. They also stand upright, but if you look at their balance is such curved. Is such curved. Yes, we refer to them as prosimians. We also have the hominids. The hominids is the class of man. The class of man. A more developed primates with a high developed brain, and that is the hominids. They also have the seminids, which is the intermediate between the man and the monkeys, just like the collars. They are the seminians. So all these are the classes of primates. The classes of primates. Let us proceed. That is it. Just like I told you, their eyes are found in front of the head. They have their limbs, which they use for grasping. You can see that. Their fingers are covered with claws. And you can also see that. Irrespective of the environment, they live in a constant body temperature. Irrespective of the environment. Now look at the body. Covered with furs. That gives an enablement to be able to adapt to a given environment. And finally, they walk upright. Let us proceed. The uniqueness of man as a primate. Man, we have identified that man is a unique primate. One thing about man is that man is a balanced primate, different from every other primate. Man contains a unified type of brain that gives it a sense of reasoning. That sense of reasoning places man above every other primate. Man has the ability to think. Man has the ability to provide shelter. Man has the ability to provide food, look for mates, create space, which other primates don't. This ability is as a result of the balanced brain of man. The brain of man is bigger than the brain of every other primate. And this brain is located in the skull. It is the brain that is used as an organ of reasoning. That is in man. We say the body system of man is controlled by a well-developed brain that is found in a big skull that is located in the head. The brain is used for reasoning. It is used as a component of intelligence. It is used for thinking in problem solving. It gives man a sense of ability to speak and interact with other organisms and as well as man himself. Man has the ability to provide shelter. Man has the ability to create space. Man has the ability to look for mates, food, and every other thing. Why? Because of the sense of belonging that is brought about by the balance in the size of brain. We also have that man has an upright position being a primate and is a very intelligent organism because it has the ability to measure. It measures correctly. Be able to measure weight, can be able to measure size, can be able to measure height, I'll be able to measure, even forecasting into the future. These are the components of man, or the ability of man as a result of well-developed brain. This well-developed brain gives man a uniqueness that differentiates man as a primate from every other primate. From every other primate. Yes, we have been able to see the primates. We have also been able to see the mammals. We looked at mammal as the vertebrates that give birth to their youngs alive. We also say they feed their young ones with the breast milk from the mammary gland. We look at some examples of mammals. We also say that mammals are those organisms that have furs or hairs on their body. Their body is covered with hairs. We say they give birth to their young ones alive and they feed their young ones with mammary glands. We also say they have a constant body temperature, that their body temperature does not change with change in the environment. We also say that their jaw bones is hinged directly to the brain. The jawbone is hinged directly to the brain, and they have odor that is used in feeding the young ones. We also look at the primates. We say the primates have a claws in their fingers and in their toe. Their fingers and toes are covered with claws, which is known as nail, and their eyes are located in the front of the head. That is the primate. We also say that their body temperature does not change with the change in the environment, and we finally say that they move upright in an upright position. That is the primate. The evaluation. What is a mammal? I will ask you, what is a mammal? I'm sure you have your Bible and pencil now. You'll be writing down. What is a mammal? What is a primate? What makes man a special primate? Finally, take home. Write differences between mammal and primates. Till I come your way again, I remain your basic science teacher, Mr. Paranta Emmanuel. See you same time, same station. Stay safe. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.